One, two, 1, 2. Audio. One, one, one. We are absolutely live. We are absolutely direct. Got caught off guard there a little bit, but here we are. 6 trust factors to close 15K deals. So we're going to go through these factors. Camera's a little bit, let's rub the camera a little bit. And we're going to go through the factors. What factors close the deals? All right, we're going to go through them one by one. And this is based on the 3 years that I've been using this whiteboard method. And I'm going to just say how it is, say the truth, and step into it. So, factor number 1, we're going to roll into it. Factor number 1 is this: results before onboarding. Now, there's nothing worse than waiting until onboarding to think, oh my God, like, why did I invest in this? Oh my God, like, what happened here? You know, I didn't know it was going to be this bad. But we have to give results before onboarding, because what happens there is we are able to show our level of expertise before someone pays us anything. So, say for a quick example, if I share my screen over here, working with this particular client, the power was before. So this is a current client over here, and before we actually got working, she received the element of results in advance. So she had that security, knowing that, okay, I was the coach that I said I was, right? Just by giving her some results. So we're running this workshop actually next week. She's closed 1.17 million in sales, but just by leaning into some results in advance, just giving her like a bit of positioning before paying me, letting her know that her expertise was needed, letting her know that in fact that other people had succeeded in this area, like my client success in this area, and that other people had sold. So making that clear to my client, well, she was prospect at that time, but making that clear meant that she felt more at home, knowing that results before onboarding means people are likely to pay. People are fearful. There's so many promises. There's so many lotions and potions online. But by actually providing results in advance, that's how we get the success. That's how we get the win. So that's the first element, results in advance. Second element that we're going to look at, leverage. Leverage. This is a big one because ultimately, people want to know that working with you, that they're not just going to rely on some posting some content and succeeding. And so, for example, with my clients, I let them know that working with me, we're going to dig into leverage right away. And digging into leverage right away for me looks like being able to say that, don't worry, when you come to work with me, we're going to get one of my lead generation assistants to work with you. Right here, we got like 50 lead generation assistants. We could place one into your business. Why? Because leverage is what wins the day. People like want to get the help, right? People do not want to be doing the laborious tasks. And so by getting leverage into a business, I'm not saying to people, hey, like, we're going to apply for a lead generation assistant. We're going to go to Upwork, but actually providing that lead generation assistant is key. So that's the next part, leverage. If we're able to provide leverage, then that creates the credibility that, hey, we're going to send out 100 messages. We're going to get the VA to connect with 100 people every day. Let me grab a bit of my green tea here, because leverage is key. Look, McDonald's don't make the best burgers, but McDonald's certainly have the most leverage. Like, maybe there's thousands of locations, McDonald's. Maybe your favorite burger shop, Mama and Papa Burger Shop, burgers are more tasty, but it's not that same level of leverage. There's not that same level of leverage there. Okay, what's next that we'll look at? So after having leverage, and also in terms of leverage, it's being able to connect with people en masse without just relying on yourself. So the next factor, know thy client's vision. Now, too often people just come in and say, here's the strategy, take this strategy. But do you actually know what sets my heart alight? Do you actually know what I am good at? Like, do you actually know? And so by knowing the client's visions, it becomes more powerful, right? And so when I met, let me share my screen here. When I met the client that I'm working with, right now, I understood that, look, she had a very, very powerful vision. Very powerful vision. I knew she was a great speaker. I knew she had lots of talent in her. And so, I said, look, we're going to times 10 your price, 10x your price, because I believe in your vision. I believe in your magic. I believe you're meant for more. And so we 10x the price. We 10x her price, knowing that she had an extremely powerful vision. And why did we know that the vision was powerful? Well, the vision was powerful because she had earned the right. And when someone earns the right, we can say, no, look, you deserve to charge this amount. You deserve to charge this. You have the power. Like, you built the audience, you've earned the right. It's your time to shine. But this is where being a real coach comes in. Being a real coach means that you know the vision of your prospects. You know that you invest in your prospects before any money exchanges hands. So that's the power there. So getting to know your client's vision is ever so important. Cool. Next. Simple sales. Like, there's all of these scripts and tricks and all of these sorts of things, but I believe in dirt simple sales. Like, really simple frameworks to prosper. So what do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is we just keep it simple. Like, we're not trying to make things too complicated. Like, literally, my sales framework is here. Like, it gets simple, right? We lay out exactly discovery here. And so in terms of being able to enroll clients, here's an AI client that could be potentially working with. This is what the sales process is. It's simply providing simple value. And as Frank Kern said, prove we can help someone by actually helping them. Go figure. Actually go figure. There's no lotions and potions. There's no magic tricks here. There's no David Copperfield, David Blaine. None of that. Raw value. Like, taking it back to the old school. This beverage. Sorry. Green tea. Must be my time in Japan. Like, this green tea is banging Tetley. That's what we call Tetley in the UK. Great beverage. Sorry. But anyway, simplicity. What did Einstein say? Einstein said that if a 6-year-old can't understand it, it means you don't know it. So we lay it out. Hey, look, I said, hey, look, your target markets here is founders. Okay. Here's create the fundable business in 30 days. And here's some of the niches that we could target. Companies doing 5 million. Landscape companies, industry agnostic. So any industry can benefit from this AI. And that's the whole benefit there, is the simple sales system that's going to win the day. It will win the day. Next factor number 5, implementation. People are wanting implementation. What do I mean by that? Well, you could try and figure it out yourself, but it's more quick to get that implementation going. So what do you mean by getting the implementation going? Well, that simply means to just keep it extremely simple. So in terms of when I help my clients, it's with a very simple system. Very simple system that allows my prospects to have a simple presentation to win. Simplicity is it. And the whiteboard is made for them. Simple. Easy does it. Yeah. Simplicity is everything. We let the whiteboard do all of the talking. We keep it as simple as possible. Simple. Okay. Simply laid out system so people are able to prosper. Okay. So a simple system that's implemented for people just mean that there's a lot more value added. Okay, we add value by implementing, not talking, not, tricks or watching 55 Kajabi videos, laying things out as simple as possible. And that's it. Simple system. Implementation. Implementation wins every day because it de-risks. It de-risks what people are going to be thinking about, right? Because it gets done at the end of the day. And when something gets done, then there's no thinking about how it's going to work, or I'm not sure it's going to work. And the final category, people do not buy with words. That's why sometimes you see some people, they hop on a call and they're like, the investment is $3,000. But it's payment plans. It's like a nervous energy, right? And if the energy is nervy, then people are able to sense that nervy energy. So what do we mean by the energetic levels? Well, in terms of selling, there's the energetic levels of selling. So, for example, like there's a level of fearful Fiona, angry, blaming, scarcity, fear. And look, if you're going onto a call with fearful Fiona energy, that call's not going to be closed potentially because people can smell the fear. Next level. Serving Susie. Again, jumping from strategy to strategy, like charging too little, undercharging, again, not doing the inner work. So that's Serving Susie. Next, Joyful Juliet. Joyful Juliet is at the level of, hey, look, everything's joyful. There's a way to win. Okay, there's a joy there. Then finally, Limitless Lara. Limitless Lara just sees opportunities, just sees growth, just sees magic. And so, like at any given stage, the power is my clients step into this immediately. Like if they can't step into joy, it's not going to work. If they can't step into Limitless Lara is not going to work. Oops. And so let's close this off. That's it. The levels of energy, that's the power there. And that is the 6 trust factors in order to succeed. And if you would like to connect, get your whiteboard presentation created, step into that, just send me a DM. We'll be more than happy to connect with you. And yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Peace, Jay.